गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in verse 5. We are looking at यज्ञ दान तप कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत् यज्ञोदानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणाम. We are in Jnaneshwari chapter 18 verse number 5, OV number 160, I think. That is where we left last week. And so here what is being talked about, that acts of sacrifice, charity and austerities ought to be performed, not renounced. For sacrifice, charity and austerities purify the seekers. Okay. So we must not have a desire to give up anything in life. It must drop away, just as when we are contemplating on sleep, the world drops away, the body drops away, the relations drop away. Everything that you know of the gross world, the waking world, it drops away from your mind. See? That is renunciation, as we were talking last week. It's not running away from where you are. That is why Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna has to be in the middle of the two and fight the war without getting disturbed, without feeling guilty, without expecting any result, remaining equanimous, focused on the divine, and yet performing the action that is required to be performed with full zest, with full inspiration. Are we able to do that in our life? So don't think this idea of taking sannyas and leaving the family and leaving the... See, you people who are listening, you are taking care of your business, your work from morning till evening, then cooking the food, taking care of your children, running the errands, doing the shopping, listening to your children, their problems, their excitements, planning for the future, and yet you are able to find out time for satsang. And if you become a sannyasi like us, who runs away from the world, not us, like one who runs away from the world, it must be a pull, it must be an event which you cannot stop. Then it is okay. But if it is a escape from the responsibilities, if it's an escape from to live, it's escape from the difficulties and live a easy life, join some ashram, people come, and because you are wearing the cloth, people will come and touch your feet. People will put you upon a pedestal. And who are you inside? Khokla. Khokla, you understand? Empty. neither are you practicing. You came there only for good life. Different cars coming, taking you here and there, people coming and giving you donations, people coming and falling at your feet, and you have the gift of the gab to talk. But only one knows, is he a seeker or is he a con? Have we lost the plot? See? So don't run away from anywhere the Lord has put us in life. That is your karma bhumi. That is where you have to perform the actions, but without any expectation. And therefore, here in this, where are we? In the 5th verse, Krishna Bhagavan is telling, so, O Arjuna, good actions attain the efficacy of the holy water in bringing about purification of existence. For a scientist, Gangaji is Gangaji. For devotees, you go there, you have heard about Gangaji so much, and you take a dip in Mother Ganga and come out, and you will feel the freshness that you cannot imagine even after a million baths. See? And if you, this Swamiji taught us, and if you think of a problem, hold the breath, and when you are under the water in Gangaji, while thinking of that problem, offer it with the outgoing breath to Gangaji. Guaranteed that problem will dissolve away. Do it with faith. And therefore it says, bringing about purification of existence. Just like Ganga, you know what is the quality of Gangaji? It never, that the water of Gangaji never smells. I got water here, how many? I collected it in 1995. It's still as fresh. I take a peg every now and then. Same also, the Mansarovar water is ever fresh. It does not stink. It does not stink. No odor. You take one sip, you feel so refreshed. The holy water cleanses only the external dirt, but the mental impurities are washed off only through good actions. Here it is taking literally, the water washes off your body dirt. Just like the Gangaji came down from Nanda Devi and it washed off the dam, trying to dam the Gangaji. Forget it. You are not Bhishmacharya trying to dam Gangaji, build a dam on Gangaji. Not possible. So, only by good actions. And what is good action? Performing inspired action without putting attention on the result, without any expectation on the result. That is good action. What is good action? That action which is done with joy and bliss as an offering to the divine. What is good action? Good action is that in which, in and through, the joy is expressing. नहीं, अरे यार फिर से 7:30 बज गए, अगेन आई हैव टू गिव अ लेक्चर. अरे क्या होगा यार ये कब, when will I get out of it? I can't even stop giving lectures. I've got used to it now, and I wish I get a long holiday now, Not that way. Now from 161st OV, तृषार्ता मेरुदेशी झळे अमृते वोळली जैसी की अंधा लागी डोळ्यासी सूर्यू आला बुडतया नदीच धाविन्नली पडतया पृथ्वीच कळवळिली निमतया मृत्यूने दिधली आयुष्यवृद्धी तैसे कर्मे कर्मबद्धता मुमुक्षु सोडविले पंडुसुता जैसा रसरीती मरता राखिला विषय तैसी एके हातवटिया कर्मे की जती धनंजया बंधकेची सोडवावया मुख्य होती आता तेची हातवटी तुझ सांगो गोमटी जया कर्मा ते किरीटी कर्मची रुसे. He says here, Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, just as a 30 person should find springs of nectar in a waterless place, or a blind man should receive the luster of the sun in his eyes, or the river itself should come to the rescue of a drowning person, or the earth should clasp to her bosom the falling man, or the god of death himself should confer longevity on a dying person. So the actions of Arjuna, so the actions. So action is not to be abhorred. Action is not to be renounced. This is the biggest misconception that people have. Sannyas means renunciation of action. Nowhere it is told that you have to give up actions. Either you give up the result of the action, one way it will purify you. And what does a sannyasi do? Sannyasi, he does not initiate any desire prompted activity. He is also seen performing actions, but not because of a desire. So you see beautiful examples. Just as a thirsty person should find springs of nectar in a waterless place. कहाँ पे? मेरू यहाँ पे बोला ना, in the desert. You are running after Mrit Trishna again and again. Oh, I can see water there. Run, nothing there. Run there, nothing there. Run, nothing there. And one time by mistake, you land up at an oasis. Aha! Same way. Second example, a blind man should receive the luster of the sun in his eyes. How it must be that a blind man cannot see, and yet with those blind eyes, when he is looking at the sun, what would he feel like inside? Just like if you also close your eyes and look at the sun, what do you see? You see something, some brightness, some luster. How excited he will be.
There's no internet coming on this computer.
Hey?
So, what must I do?
Please put your audio off. Or the river itself should come to the rescue of a drowning person. It takes the fellow who doesn't know how to swim or is drowning and throws him on the shore, takes him to the banks. See? And the next one, where is it? Or the earth should clasp to her bosom the falling man. आसमान से गिरा, खजूर पे अटका, खजूर से गिरा तो पृथ्वी पर पटका. When I was young, near on the Ashoka Hotel Road in on the back side of the Safdarjung Airport. There used to, still there is. I visited it 2 years ago. There is a Hanuman temple, and on the right hand side of the temple there is a well. And we didn't know. We looked down. We were young fellows. We looked down. No water. It was dark. अरे पानी नहीं है, पानी नहीं है, पानी नहीं है. And something happened. We must be doing the mucking around, and I fell into the well. And I can hear on the top, ah, who, Rona, Dhona, screaming, crying, someone save this, that, everything. And the pujari is very calm and quiet. Don't worry, nothing will happen. What nothing will happen? My son has fallen into the bachcha gir gaya, bachcha gir gaya. While these people were screaming, he quietly went away from there, from somewhere, came into the well, picked me up and brought me out. And at the bottom of the well was all moss. So I was protected as if I landed in the lap of a mother earth. See? And from there was another tunnel which went into his house, his kutia. He brought me out. Then fourth one, like Yamraj, where are we? Or the god of death himself should confer longevity on a dying person. Ajamil, you know the story of Ajamil? Such is action. For a drowning person, for a thirsty person, for a lost person, for a fallen person, perform the actions correctly, it will purify you. And where there is purity, the invocation of divinity automatically happens. But if you are still attached to results, raga dvesh, then as much as you may try to invoke divinity, be sincere, and till purification not happen, it will not click, it will not be sustained, it will not be continuous, it will not be natural. Every time it feels it is so much effort I have to put on in spirituality. If God is the nearer than the nearest to me, then why I have to put so much efforts? Only one reason: you are not purified. If this clicks, fantastic. And nobody needs to be told that I am performing actions and start advertising to the whole world. The moment you start advertising to the whole world, I am doing action for the sake of action, I don't have any attention on the result. People will take the mickey out of you, starting from your near and dear ones. So keep them in the loop of ignorance. Do the drama outside, inside you be clear. O Arjuna, so the actions, O Arjuna, release a person from the bonds of action. So only action can release one from the action. Action is like, you know what, like rubbing the two sticks. Why are you rubbing me? I don't know. But out of it the spark will come. It is like another example which Jnaneshwar Maharaj took somewhere else. It's like the chandan, sandalwood being rubbed, and when it gets wet it is stinking, but you keep rubbing it Beautiful fragrance come out. What are you doing? Rubbing the sandalwood on some rough surface. Agarbatti, the incense stick says, why are you lighting me up? Fragrance comes out. But what happens what does it mean that action purifies action? The desires start diminishing. First area of purification is the future. Then you come into the present in such a mind, then the inquiry sets in, because 50% mind free. And as inquiry sets in, as dispassion sets in, as Vivek Vairagya set in, and he continues to perform the action, because whatever is there in the what do you call program, that is going to work out itself anyway, because this is the body is the only place where it is going to work out. There is no other place for your prarabdha to work out. So as it is working out, rather than create more data by way of vasanas, if we remain unattentive towards the result, then it becomes a purificatory act. Then automatically you are attracted towards puja, you are attracted towards chanting, you are attracted towards japa, you are attracted towards seva, you are attracted towards accepting everyone as your own. Slowly, as your ego dissolves, which was holding on to the results, slowly it is dissolving. As a result of that, the fragrance of all encompassment, encompassing the whole creation within the eye, this starts happening. And life is pushing you knowingly or unknowingly in that direction only. पर हम इतने ढीठ है ना, ढीठ है, stubborn, that life wants to, nature wants to expand you, but you are stuck with only me, my children, my body, my relatives, my parents, my house, my car. We are not ready to expand. All our energies are going only into that. And nature is waiting to help you to come back. Shakti has only one way. She multiplies itself into variety only as an offering to the Shiva, because she wants his attention. So she is not doing it because she has some desire for herself. No, she is doing it as an offering to the Lord, because of her love to the Lord. And what is the result of that expansion? What is the result of that variety that she expresses as? Only to come fall back into at one ment with the Lord, because she is not separate from the Shiva. With this bhav you continue, देखो कितना मजा आ जाएगा. Then every word is the expression of that Shakti, which is being spoken only as an offering to the divine, which is the conscious principle. And who is this conscious principle? Trambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam. See? ये भाव सिर्फ इंटेलेक्चुअल नहीं, you need to have the bhav. Then you see how magic happens. Just as the science of alchemy knows how to convert the poison into a life-saving drug, so there is a skillful way of performing actions in such a way that instead of leading to bondage, they conduce to liberation. When actions are performed as a desire prompted activity, and desire is for a result always, isn't it? Then it becomes then action becomes bondage. When action is performed not within initial stage, without any expectation of the result, then later stage you become so alert that you don't initiate any action as a result of desire. You have taken both the ends, beginning of the action and end of the action. But because you are not purified enough to catch the beginning of the action, which is desire, so the seeker is asked to act on what is known to him. What is known? The result. Actually, result is also known, but he feels that this is the result that I will get if I perform this action, so his attention. But eventually he becomes aware. So in this way, so action can become bondage, or action can become a way to purify, and a purification which leads to liberation. Now I shall explain to you the device by which actions will destroy themselves. Actions destroy themselves. What does this mean? Suicide. Action is committing suicide. No, it is not suicide. It is not a depression. You are thinking of Aham Brahmasmi and Amma. You are thinking of sleep. As long as you are thinking of sleep, there is activity going on, isn't it? Action. Action at manasa, vacha, kaya. So manasa, at mind level you are thinking, action is going on. I am sleeping, I am going to sleep, I am almost there. And then after that what happens? The self dialogue stops and you are in the embrace of the sleep. Same way. Aham Brahmasmi, Aham Brahmasmi. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Om Namah Shivaya. Vaikhari Madhyama Pashyanti Para. Vaikhari is gross speech. Madhyama is subtle speech. Pashyanti is causal speech. Para is silence, conscious silence. And who are you? Who is beyond all the four? Could you get there without the process? You are always there. Don't forget. You are always there, but you are not recognizing it. Jnaneshwar Maharaj's definition of ignorance is incomplete knowledge. This is incomplete knowledge. That we are what we are seeking, and yet we say we don't know who I am. And we ask the question because we read it somewhere. Who am I? What am I? Where am I? See? Continuing. In the 6th verse it says, Etanyapi tu karmani, Etanyapi tu karmani, Sangam tyaktva phalani cha, Sangam tyaktva phalani cha, Kartavyani me partha, Kartavyani me partha, Nishchitam matamuttamam, Nishchitam matamuttamam. Together. Etanyapi tu karmani, Sangam tyaktva phalani cha, Kartavyani me partha, nishchitam matamuttamam. He says in the 6th verse, even these actions should be performed, O Partha, without attachment and the desire for reward. This is my firm and best view. So till now he was giving the view of whom? He was giving the view of others. Now he is giving his view. Because in the previous 2 verses before he told, I will tell you conclusively. So he says, this is my firm. There is no question, there is no doubt, there is no ifs and buts in the view that I am presenting to you. Because Lord is all knowing. Satchit Ananda, Chit. There is nothing not known to him. And he is abiding in that. Even while having taken a human form for the benefit of the paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya che dushkritam, he has come for that purpose, faced so many challenges in his life, from the time of birth, before birth also. He landed in jail. But always a smile on his lips. Always a cool countenance. Performing whatever is required to perform according to the situation, but never losing his cool. Never losing his cool. He is showing us how action must be performed. Nowhere in his life he has made a decision for anyone. Nowhere. Even in Bhagavad Gita, he will not make a decision for Arjuna. He has given him the knowledge. We will see. He will ask, so Arjuna has to make the decision. Otherwise it's spoon feeding. So many mothers pack the lunch for their children. One mother is there, she has trained her children. They get up in the morning, they make their own sandwich, they pack their own lunch. And yet there are grown-ups who are still, the husband wants a packed lunch, the wife must make, he will not make. Grown-up children, Mummy, please make lunch. I am very busy. What do you want to do? I am meditating. And what your mummy should do? She will prepare lunch for you, is it? Krishna Bhagwan never ever spoon-fed anyone. He gave the knowledge when asked. And left them to their to themselves. Okay, what Jnaneshwar Maharaj says, Tari Mahayag Pramukhe Karme Nifajata hi achuke Karte panache na thake Funjane angi जो मोले तीर्था जाए तयामी यात्रा करितु आहे ऐसी ये श्लाघ्यतेचा नोहे तो शुजेवी का मुद्रा समर्थाचिया जो एकवटू झोबेराया तो मी जिणता ऐसिया न येची गर्वा जो कासे लागो नितरे तया पोहती उर्मी नुरे पुरोहितु नाविष्कारे दातेपणे तैसे कर्तृत्व अहंकारे नेघोनी यथा अवसरे कृत्य जाताचे मोहरे सारी जती. He says, when these actions, such as sacrifices, are being performed according to scriptural rules, he does not become puffed up with pride. Which sacrifices? Yajna, Dan, Tapa. We have already told you the connotation of yajna, the connotation of dan and tapa. There is not only one meaning. What we majority of people follow is the gross meaning. There are other alternative meanings also, which I have explained. I am not going to repeat the whole thing. So how they have to be performed? Here he says, according to the scriptural rules. What is the scriptural rule for yajna? Do it without expecting a result. What is yajna done for? What did I tell you? What is sacrifice done for? For expansion of your personality. What is dana done for? For purifying artha, purifying the wealth. And it is not necessarily the gross wealth, not only money. It is your mental wealth also, your emotions. Purifying your emotions, purifying your thoughts, purifying your convictions. That is your wealth, isn't it? And what is tapasya for? For dissolving the ego, or some places it comes for controlling the senses and mind. So when you are performing the sacrifices according to the scriptural injunctions, do not become puffed up with pride. Like in ashrams, schools, institutions, you will see when you enter any big institutions or ashrams, you will see a big plaque on the entrance. What is that? Mr. So and so gave $10,000. Mr. and Mrs. So and so from Jaipur gave $5,000. Ms. So and so from Timbuktu gave $1 million. If the name is not there, withdraw the money. I need to be named. This temple was made by this person, and outside the plaque is written. Because we want our name, we want to advertise, we want people to come to know what a philanthropist I am, how much good deed I am doing, how much money I am spending for the benefit of the society. And therefore he gets a higher position within the society. This is what all the elections in the temples are, of the committee. One committee feels they can do better than the other one. The next year, the previous committee, which was chucked out of the responsibility, they feel they can do better than the one which is running. Always the same story. Nobody wants to do seva. They want to control the money. This is the sorry state. Do not become puffed up with pride. If anyone performs a pilgrimage at the cost of another, he cannot boast of having performed the pilgrimage. I have enough examples for that. Not exactly in the pilgrimage sense, but in another way. But I can't say it here. If anyone performs a pilgrimage at the cost of other, what is the cost? इससे पैसा लो, उससे पैसा लो, इससे पैसा लो, क्यों? मुझे यात्रा करनी है, और चले गए. बाकियों ने, ओ महात्मा स्वामी इज गोइंग टू द कैलाश, ओ स्वामी जी प्लीज, this is my last bit of money left, but I think it will be used for good purpose because you will go to Kailash and you will need all the things that what you require there. That is not the way. दूसरों को नंगा करके खुद अपना मजे ले रहे हैं. That is not the way. We are doing spiritual. Another way of looking at it is we are on the journey of spirituality. But in the home, everyone is in trouble with you. One Amma called from America. क्या हुआ था पता नहीं, भगवान ही जानता है. She was sitting in front of her goddess and she prayed. Because husband was not talking to her. Her two daughters, 19 and 21, were not talking to her. And she is a professor in some big university, some university there. And she is spiritual. She attends satsang. She gives lectures on philosophy. And this is what is happening in her house. और एक दिन भगवान के सामने प्रे कर रही थी, और प्रे करते करते उसने कहा कि मस्ट हैव, भाव आ गया होगा. नेचर हेल्प्स, एज आई टोल्ड यू. शी सेड, अम्मा प्लीज गिव मी सम, आई रियली नीड टू find a solution for this. And she said, I cried and everything, and I came and sat on my table, and when I opened the laptop, my website was there. And she talked to me, this is happening, that is happening. I said, I can't help you from here. I can tell you a few things. Main problem is your expectation. Maybe you should stop doing your japa, sadhana, meditation, everything, throw it out of the window. Be normal. Go for movies. But that time Swamiji was going for, Anubanji was going for a tour to America. And I said, he is coming in whichever city she was in. And she got in touch. Must have got sorted out because I didn't get a call. See? But for a few months, every 10-15 days there used to be a call. Expectation. Yesterday only someone called. Someone SMS'd. Swamiji, by listening to Swamiji's lecture, my anger is under control. I am so angry at work, I am so angry at home, I am so angry with everything. And Swamiji is really helping. Swamiji's lectures are helping. They will help. You feel good when you are listening to them. But if anger is coming still, that means nothing has resolved. Why is anger coming? Expectations again. Stop expecting. We become like touch me not. Everything has to happen according to our expectations. And that is not how life works. It's ready to rub you the wrong way so that you learn the lesson. Because it needs to dissolve your ego. That's what the purpose of nature is. If anyone performs a pilgrimage at the cost of another, yet another way, this is what came in the Sri Ramana Gita. Husband and wife, why do they come together? There is nothing called husband and wife. There is only man and woman. You can't stay alone, therefore you have held on to another. Because you want companion for your life. You can't imagine your life all by yourself. That means you are weak. And if you are not weak, then why have we come together? Or why we should come together? Not necessarily as husband, wife, any two people. Why should we come together? So that we bring the best out of the other person, not to make a slave out of the other person. Hey, where is my pajama? Hey, where's my banyan? Hey, where's my underwear? Hey, where's my tie? Hey, where's my belt? Where did I keep my shoes? यही काम करने के लिए रखे हैं, इसलिए शादी की थी, इसलिए चेले रखे थे. और एक दिन आएगा जब फ्रस्ट्रेट हो जाएगा दूसरा बंदा. तो बेस्ट इज लिव टुगेदर हैप्पीली and in a happy way, in a joyful, playful way. Keep invoking the divine out of the other. For that, first you have to accept with faith that the other is an expression of divine. That will only happen when you accept that you are also an expression of divine but don't know it yet. Then there is a possibility of moving towards perfection. लगे हुए हैं तू मैं. He who under the authority of a powerful king defeats another king and brings him as a captive cannot feel proud of his conquest. He who swims taking the help of a swimmer cannot boast of being a swimmer. He who swims taking the help of a swimmer cannot boast of being a swimmer. So now you apply it on yourself. What have you done by yourself? You were not born by your own will. You did not grow by your own will. You do not breathe by your own will. Your heartbeat does not happen by your own will. All the functionings that are going on, they are blinking, hiccup, sneeze, nothing is happening by your will. And yet this arrogance that I am self-made, कि मैं 30 मार खा हूं, recognize that there is a higher power. The sacrificial priest who gives gifts on behalf of the sacrificer cannot take the credit of being the donor. हाँ? ये प्रॉब्लम दुर्योधन का हो गया था. When the yajna was being held at Indraprastha, he was made in charge of treasury. Because the money was not his, he gave lot of donation, and therefore people started saying, oh, Duryodhana has a very big heart, he gives plenty even if you ask a little bit, because it was not his money. See? Are we like that? Nothing is ours. This body is made up of pancha tattvas, space, air, fire, water, earth. Can we own them? No. If this body was produced by our parents, then let this body work for the parents. You have come and said it is my body. Who asked you to say it is your body? You didn't create it. You didn't create the 5 elements. You didn't create the mind. Then what right do you have to say it is yours? So all the abilities, faculties are someone else's, and this ego is saying, I have done it. I am seeing. I am listening, I am thinking, I am convinced, I am clear, I am witnessing. अच्छा तेरी तो In the same manner, he should perform all obligatory actions From time to time, according to the scriptural injunctions, without the egoistic feeling of being the doer. Being the doer, doer expresses as seer, hearer, toucher, feeler, thinker, convincer, experiencer, knower. All this put together is the ego. Ego expresses as two ways. What are the two ways? Tell me. How does the ego express as?
Karta and Bhokta.
Yes, karta and bhokta, doer and enjoyer. Ego does everything that is required to be done only to enjoy, and that's what we are taking away from it. Don't put your attention on the result. First step. So, here, whatever is required to be done, do it because it is the right thing to do. Because it's the right thing to do. Do you feel, as a doctor, you are giving so many patients are coming one after the other, after the other, after the other? Oh, I am such a good doctor. If it comes wrong angle of approach, life has put you in this position, you are there, patients are coming, do it to the best of your ability, keep yourself updated. Continuing. केल्या कर्मा पांडवा जो आधी फळाचा यावा तया मोहरा होने दावा मनोरथू आधीची फळी आस तुटिया कर्मे आरंभावी धनंजया परावे बाळ धाया पाहिजे जैसे पिंपरू वाचिया आशा न शिंपिजे पिंपळू जैसा ते तैसिया फळ निराशा की जती कर्मे सांडूनी दुधाची टकळी गोवारी गावधेनु वेटाळी किंबहुना कर्मफळी तैसे कीजे ऐसी हे हाथवटी घेऊनी जे क्रिया उठी आपणा आपुलिया गाठी लाहेची तो म्हणवनी फळी लागू सांडोनी देह संगू कर्मे करावी हा चांगू निरोपू माझा जो जीव बंधे शिणला सुटके जाचे आपला तेणे पुढत पुढती या बोला आनन कीजे. He says, he should not, O Arjuna, crave for wealth. He should, on the contrary, undertake the same manner as a wet nurse brings up a child, not her own. Huh? Just like the nurses, so many kids are there doing their duty. No child is theirs, but she is very alert. If the children are healthy, every child is different, they should be put the right band. Someone's child should not go to some other mother. Continuously checking their health, checking their breathing, checking their heart, checking their skin color, checking their nappy, shishi kiya hai, shushu kiya hai, making sure that the mother gets time to bond with the child. All these things, but none of the child is hers. But she is doing what is required to be done. We should also be the same in life. But we are only stuck with our own. Our mind has not expanded because it is not purified. On the contrary, undertake the action without O Arjuna, crave for the fruit resulting from the action Where are we, man? A fruit. In the same manner as a wet nurse brings up a child not her own, no one waters a holy fig tree for its fruit. So one should perform actions without desiring their fruit. One should perform actions without desiring the fruit. This is the first step. We have come to chapter 18 is supposed to be the essence of everything. Today we were reading the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, and in that, in the second chapter, 28th or 38th verse sutra was about the Ashtanga Yoga. And what are the Ashtanga Yoga? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. These are the 8 limbs of the Ashtanga Yoga. Everyone is wanting to do the asana and the pranayam. Nobody wants to do the yama and niyama. Practice non-violence. It is so difficult, but I want to do asana. Oh, practice non-accumulation. Non-accumulation. Oh, I am accumulating all the asanas. I want to become good at it. Don't steal. Then how will I survive? Steal other people's thoughts, steal money, steal ideas. Nowadays, few kids I interact with, they only speak in one language. Why did you steal that from me? They don't say, why did you take that away from me? Straight away steal. And they never say, I don't prefer this, I don't dislike that. No, I hate it. So powerful emotions. So one should perform actions without desiring their fruit. A cowherd looks after the cows of a village without the desire of their milk. So one should be disinterested in the reward of his actions. Our Akhandananda ashram is there in Vrindavan. Not the present, yes, the present head of the ashram. When he came as a young boy to the ashram, he asked, I want to join the ashram, and he wanted to know the truth and everything. And he wanted to do seva. Swamiji told him, go, your job is to take care of the cows. For 30-40 years, all he did was clean the gobar, give bath to the cows, take them for a walk into the jungle along the Yamuna, bring them back, give them food, cut the chara, वो चक्की लगती है ना, वो हाथ से करते हैं, और मशीन होगी वहाँ पे पता नहीं. 35-40 years he did that. Why? My Gurudev told me, story over. Did he expect that he is going to become the head of the ashram one day? Doesn't know scriptures much. Just listens to Akhandanandaji Maharaj Pravachan, that's all. Maybe he knows, I don't know. But no, doesn't give lectures. Very, very. If you look at him as no personality. हमारे को आदत है ना, दाढ़ी ट्रिम होनी चाहिए, बाल ठीक से लगे होने चाहिए, कपड़े प्रेस होने चाहिए. हाँ, ये फटीचर कहाँ से आ गया देखो. A cowherd looks after the cows of a village without the desire of their milk. So one should be disinterested in the reward of his actions. How many ways Jnaneshwar Maharaj is telling us, de-link from the rewards, de-link from the result of your actions, de-link from the fruit of your actions. Our right is only to perform actions, full stop. Next sentence. Our right is to perform the actions with joy and inspiration, as an expression of joy and inspiration, as an offering to the divine. That is only our right. Nothing else. A person who performs action in this way attains to the knowledge of the self. All the subsequent steps automatically start getting invoked as a result of the purification. You don't have to worry how, why, when, where. You do the action correctly without expecting the fruit, doing it as an expression of bliss or as an offering to the divine, and see how unfoldment takes place. Automatically, tyag will lead to renunciation, renunciation will lead to discrimination, discrimination lead to abidance. It's inevitable. But we want to jump straight away, like those yogis. They want to do asana, but they don't want to do yama niyama. We want to do meditation, we want to abide in the self. But until unless we do not perform our daily activities, our actions in the correct manner, how will the abidance come? Mere intellectual conviction is not enough. This was the problem of Arjuna also. He becomes convinced intellectually, but he says, I am not able to hold on to this abidance. I am understanding it, but I am not able to stay there. In Marathi they say, कळतंय पण वळत नाही. I am understanding everything, but it's not clicking. Why? Purification. So do not renounce action. My best message to all is that they should perform actions without expectations of a reward and attachment to the body. Automatically that will happen. This is the best message of Lord Krishna. He who is dead tired of the bonds of existence and is anxious for his deliverance should not transgress this command of mine. For who is this command? Who has assessed that there is nothing to achieve from this world of possessions and relationships. Nothing to achieve. Only misunderstandings, only arguments, only attachments which throw you on a different tangent, which takes us far away from the goal that we have set for ourselves. If our goal is liberation, if our goal is self-abidance, if our goal is union with the divine, then this step is inevitable. He who is dead tired of the bonds of existence and is anxious for his deliverance. So, one thing is, he should be a mumukshu. Who will adhere? Who will follow this, what Krishna is telling? Or this message is for whom? He who is a mumukshu. Mumukshu means having an intense desire to liberate. who is like a fish out of water, who is restless. Why has it not happened till now? I'm waiting. Where am I going wrong? Are we with every breath thinking of that divine? To think that we can remain attached with the world, with the body, and the consequences with our relations, with our possessions, and yet come to know the truth? Impossible. Impossible. Until unless this intense urge, first dispassion towards the body and whatever is associated with the body or the security of the body, this has to, you have to have dispassion towards. This will automatically come if you perform the actions properly. Second, intense desire to liberate. Let our dispassion not be an escape from responsibilities. Let our dispassion not be a easy way out from doing our duties. I am dispassionate. Why? I am seeking, I am a seeker of truth, you know. You make your own chapati, you make your own dosa. I trained you well. Now you feed me also. And what are you going to do? Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. ऐसे डिसीजंस नहीं बनते. He who is dead tired, he is exhausted of his entanglements in the world, which only increase his responsibility, his duty, not duties, his responsibilities, his involvement in the world more and more. It's like, you know, the other day someone gave me a plant. Yesterday only, every time I go, someone gives me a plant, and then I have to take care of it. Because they ask, Swamiji, what did you do? Is it growing? Is it dead? You didn't take care of it? Okay, take another one. So yesterday they gave 2 plants. Today it was lying in my car. I took it out. Arey baap re, bhul gaya. Now I have to, it's prompting next activity. I have to find a pot. I have to fill some soil in it. Then I have to put the plant in it. Then I have to water it morning and evening. And every day I am going and checking. अरे खड़े हो ना यार. अभी भी लटका हुआ है. वो पूछेगी कल मेरे को क्या हुआ उसका. See? So if I had not in the beginning itself, I had told, अरे अम्मा, you are giving me the plant, you come and plant it, you water it, you take care of everything. Story over. Because I don't want to get distracted. Like our Swamiji said, one day he was walking with me and he says, you know, there are so many devotees in India, they are very rich and they are all saying, Swamiji, we want to give money for a cause, and how much does it cost to buy a building here and build an ashram? I said, maybe $1 million, $2 million. अच्छा सा मिल जाएगा. अच्छा इतने में ही है, ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है. मैं कहा वेरी गुड. फिर you will need a car also. I said yes, I will need a car also. That will I कौन सी BMW, Mercedes? नहीं थोड़ी सस्ती. अच्छा 40-50,000. Yeah, I can ask, and if I ask tomorrow, the money will be there in the trust, and then you can utilize. You start looking for it. I said, okay, Swamiji. but make sure they give enough money for the next 40 years, that petrol is there, gas is there, electricity is there, water is there, rates are there, house tax is there, land tax is there, khana pina hai, every 5 6 7 years there should be painting done, repair done, सबका पैसा चाहिए, फिर करेंगे. और फिर क्या करेंगे? रेंट पे दे देंगे, आश्रम को रेंट पे दे देंगे, कोई और चलाए. He was testing how much desire is there in me to have an ashram. पक्के गुरु का पक्का चेला. मैंने कहा सब कुछ मिलेगा तो ठीक है, और मेरे नाम पे नहीं होगा, वो आपके नाम पे होगा. रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज योर. आई विल ओनली स्टे देयर एंड आई कैन गो वेन एवर आई वॉन्ट. देखा. So until unless we do not get tired, we don't have a smile on our lips or a sparkle in our eyes when we think of God or we think of the self. But the moment we see our grandchild, Ulli milla bullu billi billi, or your animal, how cute it is, whole day taking photograph of the cat or the dog or talking about that only, as if there is nothing else more important to talk in life. This is bondage. Continuously talking about the world shows that world has got the better of you. You don't know, but you are in bondage. And ignorance is bliss. If you don't know, you are in ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. लगे रहो मुन्ना भाई. But if we start performing actions without expectation of a result or reward, and purification sets in, automatically we will become aware that, yeah, I was going wrong all my life. Nobody taught me this. Nobody woke me up to this, that I am committing sabotage every day, every moment, if my attention is on the result. So dispassion हो गया. Dispassion हो गया, but your attention is not on the higher. This is called pratyahar. You have separated yourself, you are unconcerned about the world, disinterested in the world, indifferent to the world, yet performing whatever is to be performed, but inside there is an indifference. ठीक है, सब चलता है. It should not lead, that indifference should not lead to depression. Pratyahar, when we reach the stage of indifference, it should not lead to depression. Immediately shift your attention to the divine. Either chant the name of the Lord or initiate the self-enquiry. See? Continuing. So this is the, and is anxious for his deliverance. If you have to be anxious, don't be anxious for the world. Don't be anxious for anything in this creation except for the self. Don't ponder on the world. Don't imagine what this could be or that could be. If you want to ponder, you want to imagine what realization will be like when I get there. Start thinking. Enough data is there. Now what will be imagination like? What will I do after realization? How will I behave? पर यार रियलाइजेशन मीन्स एवरीथिंग विल बी वन, फिर डूइंग की तो बात ही नहीं है. देयर इज नो डूअर, सो व्हाट, हाउ कैन आई डू एनीथिंग. अरे फिर तो ये तो गड़बड़ है. अच्छा और क्या, फिर मैं क्या, what will I be thinking? Mind will be still there, no, after realization. नहीं यार, people see the Mahatmas, they have the mind, they have the senses, they have the hunger, they have the waking. But how must he be looking at it if he is everything? How will I look if I start imagining? Just like you imagine that you are sleeping now, you are sleeping now, you have slept. Imagine I am realized now, I am realized now, you will be realized. Play the game. ये भाव की बात है. दिस इज द भाव. नेक्स्ट वर्स, सेवेंथ वर्स. नियतस्य तु सन्न्यासः, नियतस्य तु सन्न्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते, कर्मणो नोपपद्यते. मोहात्तस्य परित्यागः, मोहात्तस्य परित्यागः तामसः परिकीर्तितः, तामसः परिकीर्तितः. टुगेदर. नियतस्य तु सन्न्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते, मोहात्तस्य परित्यागः तामसः परिकीर्तितः. Now to renounce an obligatory function is not proper. Its abandon through delusion is declared to be derived from tamas quality. When we want to give up karma, when we want to give up our duties, prescribed duties, wherever we find ourselves to be, when we want to give up action itself, that expression is because of the predominance of tamas in our life. That is what is told here. ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज says, क्या टाइम हो गया? 8:52. ना तरी अंधाराचे निरोखे, जैसी डोळारो विजती नखे, तैसा कर्म द्वेषे अशेखे, कर्मेची सांडी. तयाचे जे कर्म सांडणे, ते तामस पैमी म्हणे, शिसाराचे रागे लोटणे, शिरची जैसे. हागा मार्ग दुवाडू होये, तरी निस्तरितील पाये, की तेची खांडणे आहे मार्गापराधे. भुकेलिया पुढे अन्न, हो का भल तैसे उन्ह, तरी बुद्धी न घेता लंघन, भाणे पापरा हल्ल्या. तैसा कर्माचा बाधू कर्मे, निस्तरी जे करिते निवर्मे, हे तामसू नेणे भ्रमे, माझविला. किम स्वभावे आले विभागा, ते कर्मची ओसंडी पैगा, तरी झणे आतळा त्यागा, तामसा तया. He says, if a person trips up in the dark, he angrily pierces his nails in his own eyes. In the same way, a person abandons all actions as they lead to bondage. So, a person who feels that involvement in activity is the cause of bondage, it is like a person walking in the dark and hurting himself, by his own hand. I call this abandonment as of tamas quality. Krishna Bhagavan is saying, I call the abandonment not of the fruits, but of the action itself, because of misunderstanding, because of delusion, because of ignorance, incomplete knowledge, as the tamasic expression of the tamasic quality. It is like cutting one's own head angrily on account of a shooting headache. नहीं करते क्या हम? माइग्रेन होता है तो दीवार पे जाके सर पटकते हैं. When tablets don't work. Ravana was like this. He kept cutting his head and offering it to the Havan. Then Bhagavan had to come and give him the blessings. This is tamasic sadhana. Aghoris, they sit on the corpses to overcome their fear. Tamasic sadhana. Because they have considered themselves to be the body, so to overcome the attachment of the body, they sit on a dead body. अरे ये कोई okay, it's valid. It is tamasic sadhana. In the same way, a person abandons all. I call this abandonment as of tamas quality. It is like cutting one's own head angrily on account of a shooting headache. O Arjuna, if the road is rough, one must walk over it anyhow. Whatever the difficulties are there, challenges are there, ups and downs are there. They are there for a reason. They are refining you. They are purifying you. Provided we don't give up the journey. Journey means action, no? As long as we don't give up the journey. Then what do we give up? We are not interested in the result. We are only interested in performance of the journey. You go to Kedarnath, Badrinath, not Yamunotri, Gomukh. By the time at the end of 14 kilometers to Kedarnath, you are exhausted. When you start, suddenly a steep climb comes, and if water is finished, you look, where can I get water? But you can't. You beg from someone, you ask someone. If somebody is passing by, someone fellow will come. Sir, pani chahiye? That bottle which you can get for $10, he is selling you for 20, 30. But you didn't want to carry the bottle also because it will add a weight to your journey. But somehow you reach Kedarnath. 14 kilometers of trek, continuous upward. And when you go there, and have the darshan, the first thing you do is, tell me what you do. Tell me what you do when you reach there.
Close eyes, Swamiji.
Close your eyes. You came all the way to have the darshan, and the moment you had the darshan, you close your eyes, because knowingly or unknowingly, you know the Lord is in your heart within and not outside. If the road is rough, one must walk over it anyhow. Does anyone cut off the feet on the ground that the road is bad? This is the stupidity. कई लोग होते हैं, I am going to, मेरी तपस्या है कि मेरे को 4 धाम हर साल करने हैं. अरे क्या, अगर तुम बुढ़े हो गए हो, नहीं चल पाते हो, घोड़ा ले लो. घोड़ा नहीं लेते तो पालकी ले लो. I took someone, no, no, I don't want to take palki, I don't want to take ghoda. How can I sit on an animal, poor animal, poor animal. Acha, then whatever is the money that that horse will get by taking you, if it is so poor, why don't you give that money without going? Now, I didn't use the services, why should I give? Then, ऐसे कैसे चलेगा? Then they said, I said, okay, take palki, 4 people, and she was fat. So 2 people cannot carry her, 4 people will carry. So they wanted 4,000 rupees. 4,000 rupees. Itna paisa. So much money. And she started arguing with them. Then I had to take her aside. I said, Amma, how much is that money for you? 4,000 rupees. $200. That's $50 per person. They are going to carry you 14 kilometers and make it possible for you to have the darshan of the Lord, Kedarnath. For that, you're going to put a price? Be thankful that they are available to take you. We are what you call obsessed with one way of thinking for the sake of argument, where it says it is no bargain. Quietly you will pay whatever the amount of each object is in that shop, and you will come away. But if a poor fellow is selling tomato or vegetable, वो कहेगा 10 रुपए किलो, 10 रुपए नहीं, कैसे 10 रुपए किलो, इतने सारे, मैं तो 8 रुपए किलो दूंगी या 7 रुपए किलो दूंगी. उसके साथ तुम अब बार्गेन करते हो. And he is working from morning till night. He goes, gets the vegetable from the mandi, then puts it on his cart, then pulls that cart all through the townships so that he can sell and make a living. And then he has to travel all the way back to his home, wherever it is. But with that poor fellow, we bargain. Does anyone cut off the feet of feet on the ground that the road is bad? If the going get tough, the tough get going. Then you have to invoke your self-confidence. You have to invoke your inner strength, the Atma Bala. We don't cut our own feet. We don't cut our own head. Those who do, tamasik. Those who complain, tamasik. We'll leave it here. Get back to it from 181st OV. We will see it in our next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.